Your post is not going to stop the toxicity. People make money off toxicity. If they make money, they will continue it. If what we're currently viewing on TBATE is best, somebody messed up. Right here, he was lied to. I chose ACAT because I wanted to be involved. And he chose that studio because he heard that. And this right here, he's acting as if he didn't have control. It is no stretch for me to possibly say that the discussion around the Beginning After the End's anime adaptation is some of the most toxic and volatile conversations I have ever seen in a long time. I mean, this is beating Darling in the Franxx. This is beating that. This is getting super bad. You have some people that are massive fans of the series and they want a really good adaptation and they're rightfully upset. And then you have the other side that just want to see it all burn. All the communities are just piling on. It's all just piling on. And it's some of the most toxic garbage stuff. I mean, even right here, this is literally the author is responding. It's gotten that bad that the author themselves is responding, and his comments, which are, you would assume, is his biggest fans. Any positivity in this thread is getting downvoted to being hidden. It's bad. It is getting super bad. And people are farming it. And it's just fueling the flames. We're going to get into this in a minute, by the way. I'm just getting into Rant here. This has got to be the prime example of how bad things have gotten with communities, even in anime, with communities when it comes to the discourse around a series. That people lap up so much misinformation that it has spun them up into something that is so toxic, you can't talk about anything. People engagement farming, people having expectations set for them because they lap up misinformation, and it turns into something like this. When people seen ACAT, and he should have seen this as well, they should have known this wasn't going to be something great. But no, they heard soul leveling quality. No, they heard it's supposed to be great. Even though there's been a lot of engagement farming of this series, I've been trying to keep myself secluded. I've been trying to keep out of it. Because honestly, people are making a lot of money right now just riling people up. And I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. I've made one video post on X showing the slideshow that is the combat sequences and saying I feel bad for the fans. And I legitimately do. And I made comments in my own videos regarding the episodes. I've been trying to do episode impressions where I just want to talk about the story and whatnot. And I made comments there about how, yeah, it's not looking good. I really just want to kind of stay out of this, but now we have a statement from the author. I do want to get into this. There is stuff that could be read out of this, but I do want to say that a lot of what I'm going to state about this is going to be speculation and me drawing conclusions based on my knowledge of the industry. But there is stuff here. There's seemingly some calls for help and whatnot in this that I think is very interesting. He says, in regards to everything, with the anime adaptation of The Beginning After the End having reached its third week and StalkerCon approaching, I felt it necessary for me to speak up in hopes to quell any misunderstandings making their rounds. I would assume what he's talking about here is probably the interview. There was a interview released, I believe it was Crunchyroll. It had the logos in the back, where he stated that, yes, he was confronted about doing an anime adaptation. He's like, oh, my stuff, great. And they essentially brought him a list of studios. He saw ACAT. He said that he saw ACAT and he chose that one. Now, we don't know what the other studios were. People are going to assume, oh my gosh, it must have had Ufotable on there. Maybe we could have had Ufotable do it. No, he was probably given a list of, all these studios, and all the other ones sucked more. My opinion, this is me speculating, I don't think this was given much budget, people. As much as, again, the misinformation saying this was supposed to have a budget of soul leveling and stuff like that, I don't think this was given a big budget. I don't think there was a big expectation for this to make a lot of money. This isn't soul leveling. Yes, I'm not saying that this is worse than soul leveling. What I'm saying is that for a general audience, they probably expect soul leveling to be more popular to the general public, whereas TBATE, not so much. Isekais are not so much popular to the general public. And I think what they would probably compare to is something like Mushoku Tensei. Despite Mushoku Tensei looking beautiful, yes, it's uncomfortable for a lot of people. Despite it looking beautiful, it didn't draw in big crowds. So they don't probably see a fantasy isekai drawing in big crowds. That's, again, speculation, just my opinion. But yeah, he was given a list and he chose ACAT. And he specified that it was a case where he felt that he would have more communication with ACAT. That he was given a list, and again, I don't think he was given any big, crazy studios there. He was given a list of people that probably would fit the budget, which again, I don't think is much. and would be available. And ACAT was probably the best pick out of all that, even though it ain't looking good, Chief. Even though it ain't looking good. But there's a lot of indication in this post that he may have been given expectation that this would be ACAT's breakout. Because yes, there's a lot of cases where a studio, even though it's not great, they can have a breakout. People often forget that Ufotable used to not make really incredible anime. It was just they started doing commercials and making them high-budget commercials. And then at some point, they got Type Moon money. And from then on, Ufotable has been what everybody sees Ufotable is now. It wasn't always amazing. It could have been an expectation here that, hey, here's ACAT. Yeah, they don't look like they have much great shows. It's okay. We're going to give them budget and time. Obviously, that didn't happen. And they're going to make this breakout hit for them. They just need time and money. We're going to give that to them. But yeah, I can see a lot of this being, hey, SakuraCon's coming up. Let's chill people out a little bit. Hopefully SakuraCon doesn't get egged. I want to start off by thanking all of you. Things have gotten loud. You got that right, for a lack of a better word. And I sincerely was touched by the heartfelt message that I've received. It means a lot to me that throughout a near decade of writing to bot, the story has amassed such a passionate fan base. I guess I always love that word when it comes to this kind of stuff. Passionate. All the crazy stuff. And there's a side of me, and again, this is Reddit. There's a side of me that I almost feel like it's your fan base that seems like it's the most toxic. But I think there is a side of it that a lot of people just feel betrayed. And they have a lot of people laughing at them. This is what I love so much, and people are laughing at me, Chief. Boss, everybody's laughing at us. Don't you see this? And he's over here going, hey guys, I chose ACAT. Boss, they're laughing at me. It's a feeling of betrayal, and I think that's that element where the fan base itself is a little bit too connected to that property, that it creates that. Anyway, that's a discussion for another time. Coming from a time where I was sitting in the corner of a cafe, writing the novel by myself, for myself, it's obvious just how large TBATE has gotten. I'm no longer just responsible for myself, but the team's members, the partners associated with my work, as well as my readers. No, you don't have responsibilities for a lot of this stuff. You don't have responsibility for these people. Don't have that mindset. This is a nasty place to get to. I mean, yes, I feel sometimes a responsibility for my viewers, that I give them informed stuff, because I can make posts, I can make videos daily looking for a tweet. Oh, somebody tweeted about this. I can make videos daily on X posts, acting like the world's ending because something got 13 likes on this post. But I feel a necessity to my viewers that I only cover things when it's important. When there's somebody actually saying something that can make change. When somebody's involved with it, the author right here. But it's a dangerous route to go down to when you have that much of connection. I think him and his readers have a very strong connection. But we see right here with this whole situation that seems like it's going into a realm of being almost dangerous. I hope he's okay at SakuraCon. There's a side of me that almost is in fear for him at SakuraCon. He's probably making this post for this reason. There's a lot of people in his posts in the comments that they're scary. I legit. Some of these comments in his posts are scary. People, take a break. Step away from it. And with each iteration of TBATE, where more and more people are involved, come its own unique set of challenges and intricacies. The anime adaptation has been a huge learning experience collaborating with the industry with so many different people across Tapas, Studio ACAT, and Crunchyroll, who all bring a unique vision of what the TBATE anime could be. At the end of the day, there will always be creative differences in the room, but I really do believe that everyone is coming at it with their best effort and intentions. No. You were lied to. No. And see, this is actually funny. This right here is one of those cases where this is corporate talk. This is where I can't say something. I want to say where the problem is, but I can't say anything. This is the production line, by the way, people. This is the production line. I believe Crunchyroll is a co-pro. Either way, Crunchyroll and production. Studio ACAT is putting together. Tapas being alongside him with the bot. This is the production line. This is the production line. But I really do believe that everyone is coming at it with their best efforts and intentions. He is saying right here with corporate talk, everybody involved is coming at this with best efforts. The best efforts. And intentions. No ill intentions. No desire to destroy it. I doubt that. That part, duh. But best efforts? You're saying what we're currently watching, the first 2 episodes of an anime adaptation, which typically for most shows is the best quality you will get the entire series. Again, there's cases like Kyoto Animation, there's cases like Ufotable, whatever. But typically for a show, the first 3 episodes is the highest production quality because they typically have a dip. People watch the first episodes and then they read the source material. They put the best advertisement in the first 3 episodes. If what we're currently viewing on TBATE is best, somebody messed up. This corporate talk says that these companies are incompetent. You can't say this is best efforts to these companies because that's incompetence. If that's the best efforts of ACAT, if that's the best efforts of Crunchyroll, if that's the best efforts of Tapas, if that's how you pronounce that, if that's your best efforts, that is saying incompetence. Fire all these people involved, because if that's their best efforts, they should get out of that business. Corporate talk blows up in your face sometimes. You gotta be careful how you say things. I'm reading a lot into that, by the way. You know that. I learned in the anime industry, it's very rare for creators to have say in deciding the ins and outs when it comes to inception of an anime. Yes, unfortunately, in most cases, you can draw it in your contract of heavy involvements. Some cases, these studios allow it. Some producers allow it and stuff. Like, Refugin is very, very, very much so involved with Mushoku Tensei. He's literally in the room constantly with them. A good example is, I think they're the writer for Danmachi here recently has been very involved with the anime, doing very good with it. There's cases where it's actually there. Is it the norm? No. Is it the norm? No. I mean, I think even Shirobako made fun of that. Or was it Girlish Number? I think they made fun of that. They just they keep just shuffling the guy out of the room. And that was technically written by, yes, a writer who was involved with many anime adaptations of his works. That show was literally wrote by him. The creator of romantic comedy Snafu. This was a growing point for me, since I was so used to having control over everything regarding the beginning after the end. He was lied to. He was lied to. Right here, he was lied to. In that interview, this is obviously posted after that interview. In that interview, he was said, I was confronted. They gave me a list of people. I chose ACAT because I wanted to be involved. I chose ACAT because of the list of them, which again was probably all over a bunch of low-end studios. They said this one, somebody speaks English. I don't know if he speaks Japanese. He can communicate with them. The door is open to communicate. And he chose that studio because he heard that. And this right here, he's acting as if he didn't have control. Creators have the say of ins and outs of when it comes to inception of an anime, since I was so used to having control over everything regarding the beginning after the end. Now again, this might not be total control. He might have communication, but they're saying, hey man, we're trying, but we can't do that right here. No man, we're already in the 3rd episode, man. We can't change the 2nd episode. Again, could be reading too much in that. After all, for the novel, I'm the one writing it. For the comic, I oversee every single round. When TBATE was opted for an anime, I realized there were millions of moving parts before production could even begin. Yep. And that's really where that difficulty in having communication with the creator is. So it's even one of those cases where I don't really even feel bad for the studio not having him involved, because in the production line, there's so many damn moving parts. That's like I keep showing off that Shirobako breakdown. I mean, you can see it on Shirobako's website. If you go to Shirobako Anime's website, there's actually a breakdown chart in there. I got one with my art book. And in that breakdown, it literally shows like everybody and all the moving parts and who's making what on what day, and it all comes together in the end. But they're all being made separately. That's why I always point out to people whenever like, oh my gosh, there's this post from this one director that says they have the backgrounds late for this episode. The whole production's failing. Because everything else is done, and they're waiting for the backgrounds. Doesn't mean the entire production stops. It's not like everybody's wait. Did he come to the door yet? Okay, now we can work on the next episode. That's not how that works. There's a lot of stuff moving at the same time that you can't really just jump in and say, hey, can you change this? It would kill everything. And again, with all signs pointing to this being extremely late produced, again, I think they chose ACAT because it was going to fill in this time slot. Because the first episode wasn't even finished a month out from it being aired. They ran out of time. I honestly feel like they weren't given the time. I really do feel like this is speculation. My educated guess here, they chose ACAT, and then when it came time for the anime to come out, they didn't have the time to put it together. I don't think they were given enough time. I kind of wish that he would say when he made that decision. TurtleMe, DM me at Otaku Spirited, ED at the end there. Otaku Spirit ED. Send me a message. Tell me when you made that decision. Please tell me when you made the call ACAT. Please. I would love to know. I bet it wasn't even a year out. I bet you it was late last year. And they've had no time to work on this. I bet you. Because yes, ACAT isn't great. But they're not this bad. When TBATE was opted for an anime, I realized there was millions of moving parts. Often the best products are an amalgamation of passion, hard work, and luck from a strong and dedicated team. It's sad. This whole post is a corporate talk, and it sounds like a call for help. I see one person post, and I totally agree with this now. Blink twice if you're in danger. Blink twice if you're being held at point. But as with everything you love, whether it's your pet, your story, or even your child, when faced with challenges, you don't wish for it to be gone and have a do-over. You support it through difficult times and push it up so that it can become something that you could... that would require it to grow, dude. Because of all of the trials and tribulation you've overcome together. Dude, this is a cope. This is an absolute cope post. This paragraph is cope, dude. The problem is that with a child, they grow and learn. You don't get rid of the child because they make mistakes. They grow and they learn. They grow. And anime doesn't grow. When episode 1's out, it's not like it's going to get better over time. Once the episode's out, it's out. It's dead. It's already dead, dude. This is a cope. This is an absolute cope. Unless you have some secret dark information that, don't worry, at episode 5, footable animation, guys. This is a cope. I'm sorry, dude. This is a cope. It is what it is. It's really what it comes down to, and I don't blame them that mindset. Again, because none of this is changing. I hate when people say, just wait for the Blu-rays. No. It is very rare to have a complete remake of episodes in a Blu-ray. The best example I have is Mikaku City Actors. They had one episode, I think they outsourced from Shaft out to somebody else, and it was butchered, and they pretty much redid most of that episode. I think it was most of the episode. It was like this whole flashback period. Anyways, it's rare. It's super rare. Most of the time, it's just cleaning up a hand, fixing the chest because it doesn't have the right curve or whatever. A lot of cases where they fix the chest because they want to make sure the boobies look good. This is a cope. When we first adapted TBATE into a webcomic, it was just me and Fuyuki, along with our editors. At the time, because of limited resources, we were able to put out episodes that were roughly 30 to 50 panels long, which was considered well below the industry standards. Really? Man, things are brutal in the webcomic area. Things are super brutal in the webcomic area. Complaints came about it in the end. Support that ultimately garnered allowed our team to grow and be able to improve despite the obstacles that came our way. As the author of TBATE, one who has spent 10 years writing almost 20 million words for this story, I hope you'll believe me when I say that I want nothing but the best for this story. Yeah, you screwed up, dude. This is not hate. This is truthful. This is not hate, by the way. You screwed up. And it sucks that he can't say that. He sort of does. You screwed up. If you want the best for it, you wouldn't have selected this. I agree with a lot of people here, and I think it's just the way people put it that it just sounds really nasty. Put simply, if you were given a list, and again, I think this list probably had everything else was worse than this, but he was given a list, and if he's seen ACAT, and he's seen that list, if he did any research, just even if you're not an anime fan, you can Google search for ACAT Studio, and hopefully this would come up as one of the early options, and you click on that, and you see the list of all the shows, and you see 5.91. Now, he could possibly not know this is out of 10. Guess he could think this is out of 6 or something. Maybe he thinks all these scorings are out of 7. You can't look at this and say, my gosh, these are really well-received shows. This is a studio that's great. Or again, he was lied to. He was told this studio, this will be the breakout. This will be the Mushoku Tensei, which I think is bullcrap. It won't get the big budget you're expecting this. Now, it could have been that he was told, hey, yeah, it's this studio, but we're going to give it a big budget. They're going to give plenty of time. This is going to be the next big thing. I still don't know where the whole soul leveling crap came from that people had, but that could have been it. He could have been told it's going to have a budget and time given to it. It's going to be their breakout. It's going to be huge. But I never thought the show was ever going to get the budget of something like Soul Leveling. They have plenty of examples of isekais doing well, but I don't think they're ever expecting Soul Leveling numbers. Soul Leveling gets the budget it gets because it appeals to a broader audience. An isekai is never going to appeal to a broader and Western audience. A prime example is Mushoku Tensei. Yes, I know it has controversial subjects in it, but going based on visuals alone, with that first episode, people would deal with that kind of stuff. But even still, Mushoku Tensei did not get the numbers of Soul Leveling, even with that first episode. This won't either. They're not going to give it a massive budget. I think they just wanted to adapt it. No doubt they gave it garbage budget. Whatever feelings you may have for the anime, I am thankful for all the people behind the scenes who have given me the opportunity, and I am thankful to all of you for helping me make this happen in the first place. You've stuck through TBATE at its highs and lows, and so I ask your support now. Please continue to be the rock that gave TBATE the time and chance to be where it is today. I'm not asking you to like something you don't, but please be respectful and set an example in a vast ocean of the internet. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't fight for this. No, this is bad. This is please go out there and take bullets. Don't. No. Don't do this. The current fandom right now is massively toxic. And Turtle, you're asking your fans who are very dedicated to go out there and shield you. And what that is going to do is going to create more toxicity. Just leave it be. Walk away from it. And don't talk about it. Example? You want an example? Scroll down all the way down to the end of this comment section. If you go down to the hidden comments, Ganbatte. He's just saying, keep fighting. Downvoted out of existence. I'm probably going to be downvoted to hell for this, but honestly, I'm just happy we're getting anime. Downvoted out. Every positive post is getting knocked out. They're getting downvoted because they're positive. People don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear positivity. People don't want to hear it. Do not ask people to shield you. Do not ask people to go out there and stand in the line. I think with how close it seems like he is, or at least how vocal he is with his community, that is not going to turn out good. Many creators think their fan base as a double-edged sword. What are you talking about? but as one who is fortunate enough to wield this sword, I know that it all starts with acknowledging and respecting both blades. Every decision I make regarding TBATE, I make with the intention of respecting myself and all the time and tears I spent writing it, respecting those supporting me in an unfamiliar industry, and respecting you all in the hopes that whatever is made could be something you like. Again, acknowledge that you done messed up. I'm only human, and not every one of my decisions may play out perfectly, but believe me when I say that I respect you, my fans, for your dedication and support for TBATE. I don't want to read too much into this, but there's the admittance. I know this is reading into it, but that's the admittance right there. I messed up. And I can't stop the train. I'm only human, and not every one of my decisions may play out perfectly. I messed up. That's the key thing. It is what it is. You had an iPad, they handed it towards me, and it had 3 studios on there. One of them Studio Dean. I'm guessing a lot of people would probably choose Studio Dean over this. I need worse examples. There's all these bad examples on there, and I pressed ACAT. And 2 months later, the show started airing, and I went, man, I screwed up. But again, nothing can be changed, just kind of move on. There's a lot of arguments that are going around, even in my own Discord. And some of it's like, dude, guys, just move on. I know there's a lot of people they like to crap on it. This is our chance. Let's crap on it. But it's like, move on. People just love having something to beat up on, I guess. Even for me personally, it's like, I'm at the point now where it's like, I'm going to watch episode 3, maybe 4. But I'm really only watching it for the story, hoping that it gets good. But even me, like, it's such a slideshow. I'd rather just read the comic. I'm still very much so going to SakuraCon. I can't wait to meet all those who can make it, so I can share a small special announcement to you all. April Fools! We're remaking it. Cope. Anyways, that's his comments. Again, I think that this whole situation has gotten so out of hand, and like I said at the very beginning, I think we're at the point now where it's so toxic, and I'm so sick of it. Folks, yes, I understand frustrations. Yes, I want it to be better. I want it to be great for TBATE fans. But unfortunately, it's not. And at this point, I mean, there's even the petition. This isn't going to change it. You can get 1 million signatures. It's not going to change it. They probably already have pretty much assets made for the entire show. Not complete. They have assets probably made for most of the episodes already. They can't stop the train. It would be too costly. They would be breaking contracts. It would cost them a fortune. If he pulled the plug on it, he would probably, if he could, it would probably cost him a lot of money. It's not going to happen. This is what you get, unfortunately, and this is what it's always going to be going forward. I don't think any of that's going to change. It's just one of those cases, again, if you don't like it, move on. At the same time, people are going to farm. People are going to farm, and people are going to eat up that farming. People are going to love that rage bait. They're going to love just beating on this even more. But in the end, it is what it is. And that's the unfortunate thing. It sucks. The show looks like garbage. This show is sliding PNGs. I fully agree. It's a slideshow. I could do better with PowerPoint. 100%. 100%. I've done better with PowerPoint. In the past, I have done stuff, animations with PowerPoint that is better than this. Plain and simple. That's how bad it is. But it's not going to change anything. It's still not going to change anything. And I think what he's sort of saying right here is, without being able to say it, I messed up. He was possibly misled. He accepted that being misled. He did not properly do his research. He could have easily seen that ACAT was not going to be able to carry the show at all, and he messed up. And now he's living with that. Plain simple. But, and this is a call out to those that listen to this post, do not shield this. If you are a fan of TBATE, if you are a fan of TurtleMe, do not put yourself out there. That I really do wish, and if TurtleMe, if you're watching this, do not ask your fans to stand in front of this. TurtleMe, the toxicity will not go away. Your post is not going to stop the toxicity. People make money off toxicity. It's called rage baiting. It's called rage farming. People make money. If they make money, they will continue it. A hot button topic right now is your show. Plain and simple. Until the next horrible show comes across, until Twins Hinahima makes another episode, your show is the biggest rage bait right now. Do not ask your fans to stand in front of that, because it's going to be extremely unhealthy for their well-being. Please, again, Turtle, if you're watching this, do not ask your fans to be a shield for your property. It is extremely unhealthy for people to fight a war that cannot be won. Rage bait will always win. The only thing that defeats rage bait is time. You will have to wait till the show stops airing and people move on to the next thing to crap on and make money rage baiting. Plain and simple. Any fans of TurtleMe, do not listen to him. Do not shield his property. Do not try to quell and be peaceful in his property. It is unhealthy. Now, yes, he's not technically saying go out there and shield me. He's not technically saying go out there and fight for me. I fully understand that. But for a lot of people who are really extremely invested in this property, this is sort of a signal to those people. And that's really why I'm saying for the author to please reword this or tell people specifically just walk away from the conversation. That's really what needs to be said. Because when you say things like, I ask for your support now, please continue to be a rock that gave it the time and chance to be where it is today, it is help me build this up. Help me support this project. Because yes, I'm not asking you to like it, but I'm asking you to support it. It tells a lot of people that are extremely invested in this whole project to please help me out. What really needs to be said more so is just walk away. Just walk away from the conversation. Enjoy it if you enjoy it, but just don't engage with the rage. Don't engage with the farmers, because that's really what fuels rage bait. Is somebody reacted to me. Somebody responded to me. Just let it be. That should be your message, TurtleMe, is just walk away from it. Don't engage it. It's unhealthy, and it's going to continue to be unhealthy until people finally find something else. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button down below. Comment. Be nice in the comment sections, folks. Be a positive light in my comment sections, folks. Just joking. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hopefully some of this gave you some information. It felt like I was just mostly preaching because I've been kind of bottling this up for a while now. Like I said, I've been trying to avoid being a part of this rage baiting because not that stuff's not right, not that people are wrong with a lot of things that they say, but I think that a lot of people, it's just, it does no good. It does no good. It really does no good. And I almost feel like I'm compelled not to be a part of that. Not because I'm some white knight. Not because I'm special and a great standout person. It just feels bad. Personally, when I see it, I have the urge. Oh yeah, let's make a rage bait post. TurtleMe said they chose a cat. What an idiot. It just feels bad. Like every single time I see it, I'm like, no. Don't want to be a part of it. Anyways,